What's going on, everyone? Honda Fit for Adventure here, and today we're going to be removing and installing the hood on a third generation Honda Fit. Now you can probably do this by yourself, but it would probably be a lot easier with some help. It's a rather simple process that just consists of disconnecting the windshield washer fluid hose and removing 4 10mm bolts. I've replaced my bolts with some fender washers, so I'm going to be using an Allen wrench today. Before we remove any bolts, let's disconnect the windshield washer hose. Make sure to disconnect the hose higher up because you'll see that the lower portion of the hose is going to be attached to the car. After we disconnect the windshield washer fluid hose, we can start removing our bolts. If you're by yourself, I'd recommend removing the passenger side bolts first. This way you have the hood prop to help support one side of the hood while you remove the 2 other bolts from the driver's side. Now that everything has been disconnected, let's put the hood prop back down while firmly grabbing our hood. And we could lift our hood up and off. To reinstall the hood, first make sure the hinges are in the upright position. This helps hold the hood into place while we reattach our bolts. Roughly position the hood into place and lift the hood prop up to help hold the hood into place. With the hood prop holding the passenger side up, we're going to place the 2 driver's side bolts into place first. We're going to tighten these down, but not all the way. Same thing over on the passenger side. Tighten them down, but not fully yet. Before we tighten the bolts down completely, we need to make sure that the hood lines up correctly. When we close the hood, we want to make sure that the gap between the hood and the fender is the same on both sides. You may want to make small adjustments until the hood lines up correctly. I'm sure there's a pro tip on how to line up a hood by yourself, but my amateur tip is to use some folded up cardboard on both sides and give it some adjustments until the hood lines up. Once the hood is roughly lined up, you can go ahead and tighten down the bolts the rest of the way. Don't forget to reconnect the windshield washer fluid hose. Give it a quick test to make sure everything works. And that's how you remove and install a hood on a 3rd generation Honda Fit. Thank you for watching. All right, a 3rd generation Honda Fit hood removal. 3, 2, 1, go. So pop the hood first. The support. Remove the washer fluid hose. You're going to need a 10mm socket or Allen wrench. I got some fender washers. Remove the passenger side first, because you'll have the help with the support of the hood prop. If you're doing it with a friend, it doesn't really matter. Don't drop them in the engine bay. Come over to the driver's side. One more left. Now while we remove this one, we're going to hold the hood just to make sure it doesn't drop on us. This is where a friend would come in handy, but that's why we did the passenger side first. That one's out. Hold our hood. Remove the hood prop, put that away, slide it up and out. Bam, there we go. Put it on my sleeping bag. Cell phone. Thumbnail photo. Now let's put it back on. Keep these up. Make sure I got all my bolts ready. Same thing, 2 people would help, but you still can do it with 1 person. Maybe because I'm super tall, that probably helps. Slide it roughly into position. Use the prop to help you. Come over to the driver's side first. Support it in your hand still. We're just gonna loosely tighten these up. Next one. Come on. There we go. Just had to wiggle it into position a little bit. Don't fully tighten it yet. Come over to the passenger side. Support it a little bit. There we go. Socket would be much easier than this Allen wrench, but it looks nicer at a car show. Even though I take my hood off at a car show. Let's get our last bolts. Now I'm going to take a piece of cardboard. I did have 2 of them. We're going to slowly put this down. Someone asked me this question: how do you center a hood? Using a piece of cardboard, fold it in half. You should roughly get about 2 in there. And if that's lined up, you can go ahead and tighten your hood the rest of the way. Oh, there's my keys. Hood secure. Let's connect our washer fluid. Tuck that back in there. Put our hood down. Gaps look even. Take the keys. Make sure our washer fluid works. Bingo bango, ready to go. About 6 minutes and 30 seconds.